welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings by Lady D. So I'm your host for half an hour, Lady D. Hope you've all had a splendid week. I know I couldn't make it last week. I was busy. I also make cakes, and I was busy with my cake from my competition that I do, which is very, very exciting. So we've got a busy week coming up ahead with the planets. There's a lot that's coming up this week. And today especially, we have a conjunction between Venus and Uranus today. And it can be, and you can flow over to tomorrow. So what that brings up is unexpected with finances, money, as well as relationships. So with this transit can bring anything up. So it can bring up people from the past can come back. People who you haven't heard of in ages can pop up here. People, it could even be about someone, the person you thought was your friend could, unexpectedly, not be your friend. There's anything unexpected can happen. And even with finances, this could be getting an do job unexpectedly, a bonus. It could also be added expenses, unexpected expenses coming in. Could be that I ordered last night, I ordered something earlier in the week. And I got an email last night saying that it's unavailable and that I have to choose to get like a refund or choose something else. So that was unexpected. That place that I ordered from is pretty certain, and it pretty comes within a day or two. So that's what was in how it worked in my life with that transit. So it's just unexpected with relationships and finance, and that's coming in today as well as will flow over in tomorrow. We've also got Mars, which is going to trine Saturn, it's also sort of happening today, but it's also going into next week as well. With that, I feel like it's about, I feel like it's going to give a sort of relief. I feel like it's going to give more clarity, more certainty where you're going. And it's like, you know where like everything is. Like I feel like it's going to give everyone a sense of clarity or the vision of where they're heading and where they're going. I feel like it's going to be not a time for stubbornness, but just motivation, activation, and to go. We've got the full moon that is happening on Thursday, the 6th of April. So that's for me, and that is 2:34 p.m. And that's going to be opposite Chiron with that full moon that's coming in. It's in Libra. So the full moon in Libra, that's going to be about relationships. It's going to be about have I got everything equal. I feel like it's about relationships, meaning like trust. It's creating a balance. It's also about whose side are you on? I feel like taking sides. It's wanting, I feel like it's maybe taking too much on. So it's like wanting to please people. When we're dealing with Libra energy, we want to please everybody. We want to be able to do everything for everyone. We want to please everybody, but we also want to fight for justice. It's like we're hard to say no with Librans because they want to please you. So it's hard for them to say no. So you might find with this full moon energy that comes in that it's hard for you to say no to things that you want to take on, but you take too much on. Like I said, a fight for justice and law and order. It also could be, I feel like it's going to be emotional relief with this. There's my cat just come to join us. She's on the windowsill there. And I've got another cat behind me who's asleep. But so I feel like it's like a spell has been lifted. The energy is going to feel like your emotionally relief. Some relief for this year. With that aspect to Chiron, I feel like that's going to bring more of a sort of a worry, and that's also added to the pressure of taking more things on and taking more than you actually need. I feel like that's what the aspect's going to bring. And it could even be opening up sort of old wounds from the past to do with relationships too, or where something hasn't given you justice in the past, that those emotions or those memories may come back to you with this full moon. We've also got here, there also could be unstableness with money, especially with that Uranus with the Venus transit, with currencies around the world. You might find some shock and surprises with that. What else? We've also got the Mercury's going to conjunct on the 6th with our node. The node is a life lesson. So with this conjuncting it, it's going to bring about life lessons to do with communication, also the way we think as well. So this will be in Taurus. So there might be a bit of a stubbornness about this. When we got Tauruses here, we got tunnel vision. So you might be sort of going down a rabbit hole, or that try and look things through a different way, but you're stuck in that one point of view and you can't seem to get out of it. I feel like you might be feeling a bit slow into comebacks, because we've got Taurus here, Mercury, which has moved into Taurus now, and it'll be there for a while, because we've also got a retrograde coming up with Mercury. So in Mercury in Taurus, it can be quite stubbornness, because it's like the way we think. We're stuck down that one view, that rabbit hole, that tunnel vision here. But we also want to be very comfortable in how we communicate as well. We also want to be comfortable. When looking at Tauruses, they like to be comfortable too. And we're also dealing with money. So perhaps we're going to be thinking about our finances, our money, our securities, our environment. Are we feeling safe? Do we have enough to live off? Are we going to get enough money to come in? Are things going to change? Should I do something else? Should I change my job? These things are going to come up with this Mercury coming into Taurus. Because Taurus also rules the second house, which is about earnings. It's also about your self-worth. So this also might bring up your desires and feelings about your self-worth, and how you feel about yourself and your confidence and how high it is. So it's going to bring up all these issues here. But with this node, there's some sort of a destiny point or like life lesson here that you're going to have, and it's going to be, can be to do with money, it can be to do with your environment, it can be about your security. It's how you feel. So what I've also got for this week that's coming up, I got people are wanting justice fast. So when things happen, people want a resolution and they want justice fast. Got here, take your time with projects this week. I feel like enjoy part of Taurus energy that we have here. Taurus is there, not as it's not as a fast moving star sign. When you get into like Aries, like they want it now. They're very fast, get motivated. When we think of Mars being very active, Taurus is more like laid, but they want to take their time. They're a team player. They want to get things done. So take your time with projects. Got here, think before you speak. This even could come up with this Mercury conjunct the node. You may, not think and be like a motor mouth and just say something and put your foot in it. So just take your time before you speak. Try and think before you speak to make sure you get what you want to say right. And I know sometimes that can be hard. Try not to judge people out loud. So I feel like if you're a person that, we all have thoughts in our head and we can't change that. Everyone has thoughts. And when we see people, we all instantly have judgments. But I feel like there could be outbursts of communication. So I feel like try to, again, think before we speak and not say things out loud that we shouldn't say. But yeah, finding joy in what you do, make sure what you do, and I feel like this is to do with like work, finding some sort of element of fun if you can in what you do for work, or any sort of projects that you're doing, to try and just do it in a fun way, or try and find something fun to do with that. I got soul searching, about finding yourself. People sometimes feel like they're lost and on the wrong track, but you're always on the right track. It's just things that come up. We always need lessons to learn. There's always something for us to learn. I got here, people are Chinese whispers. So I feel like there could be gossip, Chinese whispers going around, getting the wrong information, perhaps even coming out here. So it's careful. So, and then I've also got that people are worried about finances, about money this week. So I feel like you're going to hear more news and sort of like global currencies coming up, and people might be, a bit worried, or even like an influx of expenses coming in, and it can make you really, really frazzled when you get these, extra unexpected bills or things coming up. It can be really, and it can put you sort of out of whack. You know, I just this week I had to get my car serviced and I knew I had to get the brakes done. And so I put a bit of extra money away thinking it would be enough. And then when they quoted me how much the brakes cost, it was like way more than what I'd put aside for. So I had to then get more money and put it in and pay it off because you've got to get something like the brakes has to be done. So those unexpected finances can come up and it can really stress you out. So that's just be aware. But I feel like there's always a solution. Where there's a will, I always say, where there's a will, there's a way. So I always say you have to, even for myself, you have to just breathe and think. I'm a bit of a quick thinker myself. So I just think, okay, what can I do? I've got this on, that on. I'll be okay. And I was okay. So let's go to the first caller here. So we've got Christina, who's in Virginia in America. Shania. So hi, Shania. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
I just wanted like a clarification, like on like a I guess like a situation I'm in, it's kind of like a friendship, but it's becoming more, but I don't know because I'm confused.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm hearing that you want more, but on the other side, for him, it could be a little bit different. Is that correct? So you're the one that wants more?
Yeah,
Okay. Because, okay. All right. Let's see. But at the same time, I feel like this man wants a bit of control here because I feel like he wants control, but you also just want to know where you stand, but you also want love and you want compassion and you need him to start understanding you better, I feel too. Because I feel like, oh, I feel like he's not listening to you um, because it's like it's his way. It's like this is what I want. This is my road. This is what I want, and it's like my way that's coming up here. So let me have a look and see. It's almost like you're feeling a little bit trapped um, with this. What's gonna happen? Oh, look, I feel like um, I get a three, whether this is 3 weeks or 3 months, but I get a three where a decision has to be made in this relationship where it's like a make or break. Like, am I going to stay or am I going to go? I feel like I say there's always no wrong decisions. It's just whatever's coming into your path. But I kind of feel like with this man, it's like he's up and down a yo-yo. He's it's like he doesn't see you. So he wants like I feel like this man knows what he wants, but he's not telling you everything because he's making you feel one way, but then like signs say another way is what I feel like. He has two different ways that he's being, and this is what's making you feel really mixed up emotionally. I feel like you're going to be have to be very creative with this person, but I'm going to say after the 3 weeks, it's like make or break. I feel like you're going to want more because you're being stubborn to you're wanting more. But this card is really standing out to me. When I see this card, I always see it like we're moving on to something better. So I do feel like whatever happens in this situation, there is something better coming along for you, because um, because I feel like after the 3 weeks, he may tell you what he wants. You may not like what he says, but whatever he says, just know, and whatever happens, just know that there is something better coming for you. Because I feel like this card's really standing out to me, and I feel like that's going to be coming up in four. So this could be in 4 weeks or 4 months where this comes up, where you're moving on to something better, to something that's going to be solid ground. And that's where the creativeness is going to come in. I feel like there's whether it's this man or not, or someone else, but he's going to treat you like a lady. And I feel like there's some sort of like, maybe like things with sunsets here, like walking in the sunset or seeing the sunset. There's something about sunsets with this person too. Um, Okay. So I feel like where you are now, it's also like you're surrounded by people who you don't know who to trust as well with this. This kind of this is you now. It's like you don't know who to trust and you're really trying to juggle things up in the air. You need to trust yourself and what's in your own heart. That's what I'm hearing. Um, but he also like there's fighting you too. So I feel like this person may also there's a bit of fighting. I feel like also there's finances here. Like I feel like maybe he buys you things, or there's finances with the current person too. I just feel like you take your time. You know the answer or what's gonna. I feel like you already sort of know where this relationship's heading, and it's like you're scared to ask. But I feel like with the three, you know where you stand. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Do you have any other questions? Look, this is a contract, so I feel like with this person, this is a This is a contract. So um, whatever the length the time are meant to be with this person, you're meant to meet him because there's a lesson here for you to learn with him. I feel like the part of the lesson is for you to learn to be patient and I'm sure you are understanding, but I feel like you've had to sort of this is like testing your patience and you're really trying to be very understanding and accommodating to this man. And I feel like that's part of this journey of this relationship that you're in with him and part of the lessons why you've had to be with this person. But it's going to come a time, it's also about you evolving. So I feel like with this relationship, you're evolving. And sometimes when we evolve, we we end up outgrowing people. So it could be a point where you outgrow this person. Because I feel like even though I see him as a strong, uh, independent male, I feel like as well there's part of him that's like a little kid, almost like a we say here like a brat. So someone who if they don't get their own way, they sort of throw a tantrum. So they sort of throw a bit of a fit or I'm not sure if you guys use the same language, the same words. I don't know how you would say it, but just if they don't get their own way, they oh yes, good. But I want to say after the four that I keep on seeing, I do feel like you're going to find love, and I do feel like you're going to be in a better situation. But that's four, so 4 weeks or 4 months there that I feel like that's going to come on. Do you have any other
Yeah,
questions?
'cause I'm sorry. Yeah, 'cause I have been seeing 444 and like red cardinals a lot. And
Yeah.
I've also seen like blue jays with a red cardinal. And I was like, whoa, I've never seen this happen before. So since you like told me that, I kind of feel, I understand that I'm not, going crazy.
No, the sign we see things for a reason. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, when I see falls, I always get worried because to me falls are not good. But in this case for you, I feel like yeah, it's a sign for four. Like yeah, I said 4 weeks or 4 months, but I do feel like you're in a better situation. But yeah, when we see things, always take it on board because it always means something. Especially when it stands out at you. And I do feel like it
Okay.
does mean something. It's okay. Have a good day. That's the thing with numbers and symbols. For me, I see a lot of like numbers. So when I see, for instance, I said four to me is not a positive. For me, it's not positive. One's is new beginning. I feel like two is to do with relationships. I feel like three is fun. So I said four to me is not positive. Five can be change. It also can be travel. Six is family, and I know I'm going to get really busy. Seven for me is spirit, and eight for me is money. And I said to my guides because I'd see falls, and I said to them, now if it's something bad, just I have to see three falls or more, so all together. So that's when I look. So if I see two fours, it's okay. If I see one four, it's okay. If I start seeing three fours or four fours, that's when I know like, oh dear, this is not gonna. Something's gonna happen. And usually something does happen in hiccups. It's like I always sort of I fear the worst, so that when something happens, that I can be like, I can breathe now. Even my astrology, I've been having Saturn over my sun lately. With Saturn, the planet of problems, and when it hits your sun, it's like there. So I always sort of fearful that these big waves are going to come, and things have been happening, but it's so far it's been things that, and I can always handle whatever comes in your way, whatever spirit brings to you, you can always handle it because we're always here to learn lessons. And if you couldn't handle it, that problem wouldn't be coming into your life or into your path. So that's something to remember as well. But also with the signs, sometimes if I see numbers mixed up will mean something to me now. It's like with spirit, you get one thing and you're comfortable with it, and they're going to change it up or to give you more. So, so for instance, if I see a lot of eights and sevens. So I know that that's spiritual work for me coming here, and I'm going to do a lot of spiritual work with that. Okay, so let's go. We've got a new caller now. So we've got here Kelly, who's in Carroll, Florida. So hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So how can I help you today?
My birthday was last week, and I just want to know kind of what's going to be coming up for my new year of everything, like what's going to happen this year for me.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Let's
kind
have a
of
look.
general
What?
stuff.
So what's your Is it raining there by any chance where you are?
No, it's not raining where I am.
Oh, okay. Just feel like I'm hearing it's raining. It's raining, and it's sunny where I. It's sunny where I am. All right. So I'm gonna say, what's your birth? So what is your birthday? So what's your month and day and month?
March 23rd.
So 21st of March. I got to think we do it the other way around. Okay, so 23rd plus that's 24. And we want to be in what do we have? So that's 25, and we're plussing the what's the year at the moment? We're in 2023, aren't we? So
Yes.
2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. 7. So we want 2 and a 5, which is 8 plus 7. So let's see, 8 plus 7. Okay, it's 15. 4. So you're in year 4. So year 4 is about look, it can be hard work, year 4, when you're in year 4. It's like you get rewarded. It's like the year before is the third year, which is more it's a happier year, it's more fun. So it prepares you, you've had fun, and now you're down for hard work when you go to year 4. And you do get rewarded for it. We get rewarded for it to come, because the next year after that is a year 5, and that's all about change. It also can be about traveling too. So you're going to could be very much about hard work. So a lot of work this year. It's going to come up to you. I also feel like this year, I feel like there's a little bit of anxiety or nervousness around you. So I don't know if you're nervous or you get anxiety, but I do feel like I get a little bit of nervousness and anxiety in this card as well too. But I feel like it's like you need to hide it. So if you do get that way, you do need to put it, put it to like keep it in the inside, and on the outside, like a poker face. And don't let people see the nerves or the anxiety that you do have, because I feel like people they'll use that, or they'll sort of twist that. I also feel like there could be love for you this year too. I was getting like hearing the song "Love Is in the Air," and I feel like that's coming in around June, July, even going into August. I feel like if you don't have a partner, or even could be a child, I feel like you're closer to someone. But it's like about spending time with them, being closer. Also, I feel like you're having to lend a listening ear to people who are wanting your time, and you feel like so it's going to be some parts. And I feel like again around the same area of the year, June, you're going to be very, very busy. But people are wanting like taking your time away, because it's like they want to tell you everything, and you're going to have to be like, I don't have time for this. I've got to go on, because I feel like with the work, it's really going to step up for you this year as well, because there's money to be made and money to be had for you too. At your work, where you're working, I feel like there's a blame game going on too. I feel like there's surrounded by like you're okay. I feel like you're going to be okay in this, but there's people around you. It's like no one wants to take on ownership of if something goes wrong, if they've done something wrong, and a blame game starts happening up with that, and it's like see fingers pointed at people. And you're going to have to, find this is where you're going to have to stand your ground and keep the anxiety in. But I feel like you're going to be okay. It even could be a new contract coming to you for work. There could be even like changes there. So I do see like a new contract that's coming out as well. The big part of this year is just about making sure you do things right. It's like whatever you do, make sure you do it right. And I feel like precise too. And try not to overcomplicate things. Just try and keep things simple as you can. I feel like Christmas is going to be a good celebration on Christmas. I just see like these things going off. I forget what they call it, like party. It's like it looks like a little bottle here, and you pull it, and sort of confetti comes out of it. So I see that, and I feel like it's around Christmas, New Year. So I feel like that's going to be a really exciting time. And I just feel like there's someone, a partnership here, like love around you, like you're happy about this. That's coming. And I feel closer to someone too. And I even feel like around children too. I feel like I'm happy and joyous around children as well. And just be more in this year as well. I feel like with you, you're going to be more determined than ever to get what you want done. You're running away from something as well. So if like something that's really like, I feel like it's really the anxiety, you're running away from something, but it's better for you in the long run. It's got that. I know that was a really quick reading for you there, Kelly. But I hope I've helped you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That's okay. And I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
So everybody, thank you. So we had an interesting show today, guys. And this is the thing, Uranus, unexpected Venus with relationships. And where we get through it. That's the thing, we get through it, keep pushing through. All right, if you'd like a reading with me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, the same as my Facebook page. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady D S Psychic, and my Instagram is Lady D, also Danielle Psychic if you can't find it under that. I put my weekly videos up and I have predictions on there for what's coming up too. All right, I hope you have a good week ahead. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. So bye for now.